All right, so you wanted the latest on the whole Ukraine situation, right?
Yeah.
Some pretty wild stuff has been happening lately.
Yeah.
We're going deep on this one, folks. Got a fascinating news piece here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it really highlights just how, I don't know, unusual things are getting.
Hmm.
Okay, so get this.
Yeah.
Donald Trump,
Right?
not the president anymore,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah.
But he's been, like, knee-deep in these talks about the war.
Interesting. Trump's relationship with Putin, that was like what the whole world was watching during his
Right.
presidency.
I agree.
And for him to still be involved now as a private citizen,
I know, right?
it raises some eyebrows for sure.
That's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
So this article is from the Washington Post, and they're saying Trump straight up told Putin, don't escalate.
Don't escalate. What do you think he means by that? Like, what comes to mind?
Well, it's tricky, right? Because it's super vague.
Yeah.
Could be talking about the obvious stuff, sending in more troops.
Right. The big guns. But escalation can mean other things too, like dialing up the harsh language,
Oh.
or ramping up cyber attacks, maybe even messing with economic sanctions.
Oh, interesting. So it's kind of like he's saying something, but not really saying anything specific.
Precisely.
He can play it both ways.
Yeah.
Looks like a peacemaker to some folks,
Mm-hmm.
but then maybe sends a totally different message to others.
Exactly. And that makes you wonder, what's Trump's game here? Is he like really all about peace?
Yeah, good question.
Or is this a power move? Staying relevant on the world stage?
Right, right. Or maybe both.
Could be. It's really something to think about.
It is. And hold on, there's more. The article says Trump wants to meet with Putin again.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're supposed to talk about a quick resolution to the war.
Quick resolution. Now, what does that even mean?
I know, it's so vague. What do you think? If a former president tries to wrap this thing up quickly, what does that even look like?
Hard to say, really. What Trump considers a resolution is anyone's guess. Would Ukraine have to give up land? Would sanctions on Russia disappear?
Yeah.
It's a huge deal, potentially, for Ukraine, for Russia, for everyone, really.
Right. And then there's this whole Zelensky thing.
Oh, yeah.
The article talks about how Trump spoke to Zelensky, too, and he basically says, hey, I got your back, Ukraine.
Interesting.
It's like, wait, hold on. Didn't he just tell Putin to chill out?
Yeah, it seems kind of contradictory, doesn't it?
Totally. So is he playing both sides?
Maybe he wants to be the big mediator,
Right.
Or it could be something even more, I don't know, strategic that we're not seeing yet.
It's crazy. International relations these days. It's not just the usual stuff anymore.
Definitely not. I mean, you've got former presidents jumping into the mix.
Yeah, influencing things even though they're not officially in charge anymore.
It makes you wonder, what does this all mean for how countries are going to deal with each other in the future?
That's a good question. Like, in a world where anyone can have this much influence, even without actually being in power, what does that mean for diplomacy?
Right. It's a new world out there.
It's a lot to unpack, for sure. We've only just scratched the surface here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But hey, that's what these deep dives are all about. Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
Keep thinking about this, folks. There are no easy answers here. Draw your own conclusions. It's a fascinating time to be paying attention.
For sure.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive. Until then, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep the conversation going.